Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another Broke Boy movie review. This week, we are reviewing Christopher Robin, and today, accompanying me is one of my really good friends, Dev Dog. How you been this week, Devin?
Oh, not too bad. Just hanging in there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, thank God it's Friday, to be honest. But yeah, so Devin has been on a few reviews with us in the past with Sorry to Bother You and Teen Titans Go. We were supposed to record Mission Impossible earlier this week, but we're waiting on one of our other Brook boys to come back from out of state. So we decided to go see this wonderful movie. Honestly, so overall, it's the movie is about Christopher Robin. He's a working class family man now, and he encounters his childhood friend Winnie the Pooh, who helps him rediscover the joys, I should say, of life. And playing in these roles, we have Ewan McGregor, aka Obi-Wan Kenobi, playing as Christopher Robin, and we have
Looking young as ever.
I know he looks really good, and we have Peggy from Captain America.
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter. I think that's Haley Atwell. Yeah, that's her. Haley Atwell. And I believe Bronte Carmichael plays Christopher Robin's daughter.
Ewan McGregor is 47, by the way.
He's 47.
Does not look like it.
Man doesn't look a day over 30. He just looks great. Like, it's fantastic. But I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, this movie overall, for everyone listening, this is a classic Disney movie that is basically about the importance of family and, how important it is to, take time out of your busy schedule and go ahead and, play with your kids and just kind of let loose for a while. The movie itself definitely shows a huge like how harsh the adult world can actually be. I mean, me and Devin honestly can attest to that because we're both recent graduates of our respective universities. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Devin, what did you think overall? Like, I mean, just your thoughts.
Yeah, like you said, it's just a classic Disney movie. Like, if you enjoy Disney, you're gonna enjoy this movie. Like,
especially if you do.
Yeah, if you enjoy Winnie the Pooh, you're gonna love this movie 100%.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole plot was, Christopher Robin's working in a luggage company, and honestly, I thought the entire cast of this movie just did fantastic. Like all the characters were incredibly relatable. Ewan McGregor had like great chemistry with the Pooh crew. I guess we could call
the
them
Pooh crew.
The Pooh crew.
It's so weird hearing them say Pooh. It's just
like I know it was weird because like I mean when they're both sitting. Oh, by the way, this is a spoiler review. If you guys haven't really, we're kind of just geeking out about this overall. But the part where I don't know, it's just such a movie that it tugs at your heartstrings because when it shows Christopher Robin when he's a kid before he goes to boarding school, and he's like I won't ever forget about you, Pooh, not even when I'm 100. And then it's just like, oh, that just hits you right in the heart. I teared up a little bit in the theater. I'm not gonna lie. Throughout this entire movie, like, I mean, it shows that I like the fact that they had Pooh, or the entire Pooh crew, as we're calling them, interact with the real world in itself. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not imaginary either. Like they're real.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, a couple parts from the movie, I was thinking of Ted.
Yeah, I was.
The whole teddy bear in the real world thing going on.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, they easily could have went with like, oh, it's kind of Christopher Robin coming back to his, childhood, and it's always really important to remember that, we don't stop playing because we grow old because we stop playing. And throughout the entire movie, it's Christopher Robin trying to provide for his family, and obviously his family wants to spend quality time with him, and the job he works at, I mean, it looks like it kind of sucks. I mean, overall, but it was, oh man, I hated the boss's son. Man, I hated that guy.
He wasn't even a good actor either. He was just so lame.
Either way, he was still funny to me. But like, I mean, I loved all the like Pooh's obviously obsessed with honey, and just all all his little honey jokes were. Oh my gosh, it was. I don't know. I think Pooh and Eeyore, especially Eeyore, was like the funniest out of all of them, because when you have the Pooh crew together, when they're in the 100 Acre Wood, when Christopher Robin comes back and no one recognizes him but Pooh, and he's like I've cracked, and Pooh's like, oh, he's like I don't think you've cracked. He's like, oh, I just see a few little wrinkles and whatnot. But when he takes Pooh back to the 100 Acre Wood, and it's weird because they're like, oh, like he's the Heffalump, and then he's like, I'm not the Heffalump, I'm Christopher Robin, and then he takes Eeyore and just darts out into the middle of the field, and he's like, I'll defeat you, Heffalump. That was like probably one of the funniest parts of the movie to me.
Yeah, Eeyore was always like my grandma's one of her favorite like characters in like anything ever. So he's always got a soft spot for me.
Oh, absolutely. He's very like, oh my gosh. He was like, he's like, I'll defeat you, Heffalump. And Eeyore's like, there's nothing there.
And then he's like, it is Christopher Robin.
Oh my gosh. And oh my god, what was when Madeline like hears like the Pooh crew coming out from like behind the bushes, like when she's away like at their dad's cottage, and she throws the ball. It's just like, ow. It was so funny because, like, I mean, obviously his daughter was trying to reconnect with him, and she's like, what, was my father ever a child to begin with? And then Pooh's like, why, yes. Or I can't really do a good Pooh voice, but I wonder if I think the original voice actors for Eeyore, Pooh, and Tigger were there.
The voice actor for Eeyore is Brad Garrett, who I have met in real life.
Have you really?
We were I forgot where we were, but I think we were in Vegas or something, and we saw him at some little place and took a picture with him. Very tall.
Did he do the Eeyore voice for you?
No, I didn't know he was Eeyore until.
Oh, okay, I got you. But yeah, it's just really funny how when Christopher Robin gets frustrated with Pooh, because Pooh said that he's a bear with a very small brain, but it's kind of like you see the innocence that Pooh has, and just honestly the entire crew themselves, where it's almost like they don't even act like children. It's like I don't even know what to call them. It's like their own special rare breed. Like, especially when going back to when Christopher Robin was facing the Heffalump, and like Rabbit's ears were like poking out of like the tree bark, and then Owl's eye. He's like, oh, I can see them, and then like Rabbit's like, oh, it sounds like really bad. He's like, he's drawing his sword.
Umbrella.
Yeah, he has his umbrella. I was like, oh my gosh. And then, like, I honestly thought at first when he falls into the hole for like the Heffalump trap, that like everything from there was going to be kind of like made up, but it wasn't. That kind of threw me for a loop. But I just love how Madeline pretty much like went from the cottage after finding that Tigger like swapped his important documents with his briefcase of important things. I was like, okay, I probably should have seen that coming. But like it was just great overall. I mean, this movie definitely shows what Pooh means to us in the world all around. And honestly, with how innocent Pooh is. It kind of like this is kind of come out of left field, but it reminds me of the innocence of Kid Goku from Dragon Ball, where he was essentially kind of like a feral child, but like overall, like it was just his personality gave off like that innocence, naive, like, oh, like why would you do this to someone? Or I don't understand this, but I know it's kind of like ignorance is bliss in a way. And I feel like that's kind of what they were going for, especially like when Pooh wants when Pooh wants the balloon, where he's like, "Can we stop for a snack?" He's just like he's tired. Let the bear rest. I'm sorry. I'm just really kidding. I really enjoyed this movie.
I loved when he was eating the honey in Christopher's house, and he steps on it and then falls to the floor, and he's like, "Christopher, your floor is so sticky."
He's just he was like stuck on the carpet trying to get the honey. Or like where he was oh my gosh, he was on the bookshelf. He's like, I think your latter's broken. He's like, oh, it's not a very good ladder. Or he's like, Pooh, play dead. He's like, oh no, he said go to sleep or something like that. It was
play sleep.
Yeah, play sleep. He's like doing Christopher Robin's doing all of his homework, where he's trying to figure out pretty much who's gonna get fired from his job to save his ass and everything else. And the one lady comes into the car to the cart train, and he's like, oh, sorry, full. And he just looks around, there's all these stuffed animals. He's like, what? But I'm really glad they included the ticker song. I was waiting for it.
It was kind of weird that they only had one song the whole movie, like just
because normally, yeah, that is true. I mean, like it is a Disney movie, but they were probably kind of just trying to go away from that overall. But yeah, I mean the lessons in this story, like we said before, or phenomenal. Like we said, it's a cliche lesson, but it's important. Family and and never forgetting where you came from, which is really cool because I really liked how he's trying to explain to his wife, aka Peggy Carter, that like, oh, like he's like, who are these? Who's this Eeyore and like Pooh and stuff? And they're like in the car trying to trace down Madeline to find out where she is, and he's like, what? It's like. It's like you can't explain it. It's like, yeah, they're like talking animals, stuffed animals, and every single person in London who like interacted with them was like freaking out. Thought it was hysterical. They're like, oh, what's a Madeline? They're like, I don't know, but she's working. And Kanga's like, oh, that sounds horrible. I was like, oh my God. I saw this movie with like the best audience. Like everyone was laughing at pretty much every single joke. It was a hell of a time. Absolutely.
Mine had like 4 people in it.
Oh really?
And of course, unfortunately, I had to pay for the tickets because MoviePass wants to be very annoying.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, MoviePass started to block the pretty much new releases. I want to say, overall. Yeah. And they want I don't really know what it is. It's weird, like I'm not sure if they just want to like
they're just a failing business right now. There's nothing.
Yeah, one of my coworkers had told me you had to wait like a week or two before you actually go see a new release, and like, well, people like and kind of like us, especially bigger YouTube channels, they do this kind of thing for money. And, like this is their livelihood, and, getting these reviews out like during the week of release is very important. And I feel like MoviePass honestly made that like 10 times easier.
So MoviePass, if you're somehow listening to this, I think the majority of your customers would gladly agree to pay like double the amount they currently do if you went back to the old ways. Like, I'd be fine with $20 a month if I got to see every movie.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I was going to cancel mine, but I think I'm going to wait it out for a little bit because with my luck And with your luck, Devin's like 10 times luckier than I ever am with literally everything. With my luck, if I cancel it, it's just gonna be, oh, like Movie Pass is back and better than ever. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah, they've
that's what I
usually
thought.
found weird ways to bounce back after
Yeah,
drama.
very true. But we'll see what happens, I guess. But what would you give this movie rating out of 10?
I'd say probably a 7, just
Okay.
solid. Didn't it didn't really take a lot of risk. Kind of played it safe, but when you're Disney and you're Winnie-the-Pooh, you don't really have to.
That's very true. I mean, yeah, for me, I have to give this movie a 10 out of 10. I grew up with Winnie the Pooh when I was, younger, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. There was never a dull moment. It was very eye opening for a lot of people. I think honestly, this is a movie for adults and obviously kids to go see, where it kind of shows like both sides of the spectrum. Where hey, like your kid wants to spend time with you and hang out with you and build these memories. And yes, work is important, and it brings home the bacon, but you got to find you know you got to find time for your kid overall, and spending time with your family so your family doesn't fall apart, because it almost did for Christopher Robin for like a hot second there, but Pooh Crew came, saved the day.
But my one biggest gripe, I just posted 2 pictures in the Discord here. Why did they make everyone like bland?
Wait, what did you say?
Why did they make the whole Pooh crew like? Why are all their colors so dull and bland in the movie?
I think this is from the same directors who did Where the Wild Things Are. Have you seen that movie?
I read the books, but I don't think I ever saw the movie.
Okay, I think this is from the same director, and he kind of went with that art style. I kind of, I mean,
Like if
it
you look at
works though.
look at the 2 pictures I just posted, like
Yeah,
the poster for it, they're like colorful and like everything like they normally are, but then in the movie they're like
I think it was the cameras, and yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, there were some shots where they were more bright, but I don't know. That is a good question. It's probably just the rendered shot overall. I really don't know. Probably just to spruce up the poster for people to go see it.
I feel
Yeah,
like if they were more vibrant and colorful, it would be more cheery overall for
right.
what they represent.
Because like
Except for Eeyore, of course, you can keep him gray.
yeah, keep him nice and gray. At first, yeah, it kind of would make sense to like when they showed him as a kid. And he went to war for God's sakes. Like he was,
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. They showed him like killing Nazis,
yeah, like
basically.
literally
That
his
was like
entire life.
that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it would have made a little bit more sense if they were more vibrant during the beginning and they kind of like started to fade away
Yeah, that would have been a
after a
cool,
while. Like
cool
colors
tonal
wise.
shift.
Yeah, but I mean, as Pooh said, it's always a sunny day when Christopher Robin comes to play, which
I
I
love the
thought was amazing.
I love when Tigger was like T-I double G.
He's like, let's bounce, or I don't know. I can't really.
Kind of sounds like Reinhardt.
Yeah, but yeah, the whole Pooh crew was there, man. I was very excited. I was kind of waiting for Piglet to do his deer kind of thing, but I don't believe that's the same voice actor. But Piglet's always been a very cowardly, shy fellow. But I mean, they made Rabbit and the Owl CG. I mean, obviously they're all CG, but I think Evan McGregor did a great job, connecting with what he had. And honestly, I mean, I would buy this on Blu-ray. Actually, I'm going to buy this on Blu-ray. You heard it here first, fellas. All you broke boy listeners out there, I would definitely buy this on Blu-ray. 10 out of 10. Huge Winnie the Pooh fan overall. And always remember that something comes from nothing, literally. But do you have any?
Yeah, I kind of had my own Christopher Robin moment in the movie because I haven't seen anything Winnie the Pooh in a long time. It kind of brought back those memories. Can't forget about those friends.
Oh yeah,
those little guys.
There is another like Winnie the Pooh movie out there. There's a little bit. It's called like Goodbye Christopher or something. I can't really remember.
Yeah, it came out last year. I think it was like.
See, I didn't see that. and I needed and I need to go.
I think it was a documentary, maybe.
I think so. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But so yeah, you gave this movie a 7 out of 10. I gave it 10 out of 10. Definitely owning this on Blu-ray. But was there anything else you wanted to say before we wrap up here, Devin?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our content. We're like we said before, we're gonna start doing.
Okay.
What's up?
Goodbye, Christopher Robin was a biography.
Oh, it was a biography.
It had Margot Robbie in it. Wow.
I'll have to check that out. But yeah, sorry about that. But like and subscribe to our channel if you do like our content. Share this with a friend who likes Christopher Robin or just likes movies in general. We're gonna start doing a little bit more film and TV show reviews as the time goes on. Like we said before, you know, we are still a gaming channel. We will be starting to do live streams of Monster Hunter World coming up next weekend when it comes out. So we're very excited for that. We got 4 of our broke boys who bought the game, including myself. So that should be a lot of fun. We'll probably stream that on Twitch and then transfer those recordings over to YouTube to kind of like, you know, for people who kind of missed it and whatnot. But we should be doing a podcast here pretty soon. If not this week, then definitely in the following week. But anyway, getting a little bit ahead of myself. Tell us your thoughts on the movies and what you liked about it and what you disliked about it. And don't go to IGN and look at their review. It, for whatever reason, they gave it a 4.0 out of 10, and I was like, and I saw this after I saw the movie, by the way. It was just it was mind-boggling. But like they gave Skyscraper like an 8.1. I was like, what? Okay. But yeah, I'm done. Thank you all, and we'll see you in the next one.
My shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle adding beauty to my face. My shiny teeth that glisten just like a Christmas tree. You know they walk a mile just to see me smile. Woo! Shiny teeth and me. Yes, they're all so perfect, so white and pearly.